Population migration is the resettlement of people from one region, state, or country to another. In some cases, it happens in large groups and over long distances. Migration is a very complex process. Despite it has a lot of advantages and positive results for the development of countries, it also leads to negative consequences. For example, migration contributes to improving the material well-being of families. However, at the same time, preserving the family and raising children is hampered by the absence of one or both parents. The main reasons for migration are job searching, admission to foreign universities, housing improvement, and lifestyle changes. Moreover, there is seasonal labor migration in countries with a vast territory because of agricultural work. Unfortunately, official data on population migration does not show the full picture. So interns and students who have arrived in another country for training or studying, tourists, illegally employed people are not officially considered as migrants. Also, no one takes into account migrants who are not registered, while the purpose of their entry is often employment in the country of destination. The most popular countries to migrate are the United States of America, Canada, Australia, and Russia. However, Russian people are more tend to migrate. That's why now we will listen to two stories of Russian girls. They were born in Krasnoyarsk and grew up there. However, now they live in America.
This is America.
So, hello, my name is Vasilina, and I was born and raised in Krasnoyarsk city in Russia. I am 20 years old, and I'm currently studying animation at Woodbury University in Burbank City, which is in Los Angeles County. So I was in grade 9 when my parents asked me if I want to study abroad in Canada. I said yes, like right away. I was just like screaming on the top of my lungs, like yes, I want to study in Canada. After I said yes, we started the transferring process, and my mom and dad, they took care of all the documents and all the finances needed to. Regarding the difficulties, the most obvious one was the language barrier. So obviously I'm not a native English speaker, and even though I had studied English for about 9 years in Russia, I still felt very unconfident about my English skills, probably due to some psychological factors. And then the next difficulty was living away from parents. I was 15 years old when I moved to Canada, so I was very young, and I had to learn how to deal with my problems without relying on parents. So it was like a turning point for me where I transferred from a very reckless and lightheaded teenager into an adult. So during my final year, I started to think about what I want to do in the future and who I want to be. I started to realize that I want to become an animator because I just really love to watch cartoons and then create and draw characters and come up with their stories, etc. So I thought animation would be the best choice for me. And unfortunately, in Canada, the animation industry is not that developed. And I thought the best choice for me would be to move to Los Angeles, where all of the big companies like Disney, Pixar, DreamWorks are located. And honestly, the application process is so complicated. If you want to apply to an American university, you gotta go through such a long process. So first of all, you need to have good grades. You need to submit your grades, then you need to write about 10 different essays. You need to submit 5 letters of recommendations from your professors and your teachers. You have to take the IELTS test and the SAT exam, and then you have to submit your portfolio if you want to apply for an art program. And on top of that, you have to fill out the application, which is 30 pages long. So it's a very complicated process, and it took me about half a year to apply to different schools in Los Angeles.
I am currently at my workplace, just making sure that you can see the whole room. So it's a small room, and it's a gallery. It's called the Wedge Gallery, and it's located in the School of Architecture. And I work here as a gallery receptionist, and I work here for about 7 to 8 hours per week. So yeah, like around that time.
Hi everyone, my name is Nastya and I'm a recent grad student. I went to a film school in Los Angeles and I currently work as an assistant producer for one of the film production companies. I come from Russia, from Krasnoyarsk city, and when I was finishing high school, I already knew I want to go to a film school and become a film producer afterwards. So we all know Los Angeles is the heart of film industry, so I already knew if I ever go to a film school, I'd go to Los Angeles. So I didn't have different options, I just knew I want to be in Hollywood. Yeah, and then I moved here 5 years ago. It was really hard in the beginning because you don't really speak the language that well and everyone is looking at you like, oh, what is she doing here? Yeah, but I did well. I'll also tell you a little bit about film school in Los Angeles. So film programs usually have different classes and for different aspects of filmmaking. So I studied sound, I studied editing, I studied color correction, I studied cinematography. So basically film programs in LA cover everything that's related to film industry. So when you finish a film school, you can basically do whatever you like. The biggest issue that you face when you finish school in the US is you're on a work visa that's only given to you for 1 year. It's called OPT. And when you apply and your employer knows you can only stay in work for 1 year, that freaks them out and they don't really want to hire you. Yeah, so it took me 4 months to find a job. I was just constantly applying like almost every day. And like as soon as they know you're not from here, they're kind of not interested in you. So you really have to fight for your place, for your spot in the film industry, especially because it's really competitive. Not only Americans come from different cities to LA to be in the film industry, it's like everyone comes from different parts of the world. So it's really hard to find your spot.
The girls have told us about one of the popular reasons for migration: studying. We are grateful to Nastya and Vasilina who have shared their stories with us. That's all for now. Thank you for watching. Bye.